Hello, love. Welcome to Soul Support Sunday. Here on the Libran Key, messages of soul support for the highest and the greatest good of the Elsh Collective, empaths, light workers, starseeds, and healers, awakened and awakening souls. If this video has found you or you have found it, know that there is something here for you. That is always the intention of these messages. If this is the first time that you are coming across these videos, we're going to get right into it. We have the energies of Mother Isis coming through for this message, Mama Iset, and not just Mother Isis, but the divine feminine energies overall, working together, working in unison and working in tandem. I'm also working with the crystals Selenite here and Lapis Lazuli. This is one crystal in particular associated with Mother Isis. I find very, very strong resonance with this, with Mother Isis. Okay. So I'm going to start with just getting into what she showed me and how she appeared to me, because it's really, there's a lot of messages coming through with this. And I will try and get through them. Her energy is incredibly very strong and very soothing coming through at the moment. So I'm a little energetically feeling that, which means it's like she wants me to slow down. She wants me to slow down. That's a message for all of us as well, because that's how it's coming through me. So she showed herself holding a frog in her left hand and a set of scales in the right. Now the frog is interesting because it's been coming up. It's come up before, and one of the keynotes of the frog in Animal Speak, I'm going to share a little excerpt of this from the frog, from Ted Andrews' Animal Speak, is transformation through water and sound. There is a connection with Mother Isis to the energies of water, the energies of the moon, and sound, because this was something that was practiced in her temples, right? There was a specific instrument that they would use in her temples for healing sound and for also being able to access different gateways, is how I'm seeing it, different connections to different realms through sound, okay? But she's also bringing in sound as a call of the divine feminine. That's how she's bringing it through here, through this imagery of the frog and through the frog itself. And I'm specifically being directed to this paragraph, which I'm going to read to you, because it's all connected to this coming together of these divine feminine energies. Because of its connection to water, the frog has also been linked to lunar energies. The moon moves with the tides of waters upon the planet, and those goddesses associated with the moon. The frog was an animal attributed to the Egyptian goddess Herat, who assisted Isis in her ritual for resurrecting Osiris. Now, there is a huge emphasis here in the message coming through regarding the divine feminine as consort to the divine masculine, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But this specific ritual that Herat assisted Osiris in has to do with the resurrection of the divine masculine, Osiris, okay? And how she's showing this to me is the call for sisterhood, the call for a connection of divine feminine energies, of an integration of divine feminine energies in resurrecting, in a sense, the true divine masculine. And hence the frog in the left and the scales in the right, because we are talking about, again, I heard the phrase checks and balances, and that's not the first time it's been coming through the last little while. Then I was shown peacock feathers and purple plumage, the energies of Ida, as we say in Greek, or Hera, Juno, the goddess who was the divine consort of Zeus, who was referred to as the king of the gods in the Greek pantheon. Okay, so I'm getting, with the energies of purple coming through here, there is a huge nod to royalty, is what she's showing me, and this concept of consort. When you break down that word consort, it comes from the Latin root of sharer or sharing, and there was another one that I wrote down too. Yeah, partner. So a consort, by definition, is a husband or a wife or the spouse of a monarch, right? It can also be a companion or partner, but it's this idea that you share a throne, so to speak. There is not one necessarily without the other. And she's bringing me back to this set of scales. Because you cannot have a set of scales without two sides here, right? You cannot have one. I mean, obviously you can't see this little guy over here, but he's there, right? So, and she's showing me, yeah, this is very much connected to the energies of redressing a balance again in the checks and the balances, but also the leader behind the leader in the divine feminine, and reclaiming this aspect of the divine feminine that has been in plain sight for millennia, but the spotlight has been focused entirely on these masculine aspects in an effort to blot out the power and the sacredness of the divine feminine, is how she's bringing it through. So I'm going to start by asking through the Isis Oracle. I'm working with Elena Fairchild's Isis Oracle here. It's a beautiful deck. And the Tarot of Dreams for further guidance on this with regard to this idea of consort. That's the one that she really wants me to focus on, because it's all connected to the greater energy at work right now of rebalancing. But at the same time, there are aspects specific to this rebalancing that are integral in terms of our understanding of that rebalance. And of course, this also applies to everyone's unique path and journey. She's also reiterating here that this is the work of the divine feminine. She keeps on focusing specifically on women and sisterhood in this respect, even though she is acknowledging that we both hold divine feminine and divine masculine aspects within us both. Because she is also a protectress, and she has a very, in that respect, masculine-like quality, but it's through the lens of the feminine is how she's showing it to me. It's a different energy. Woof. Yeah, it's a different energy altogether that she wants me really to focus on here. It's the mama bear protectress energy. It's not the go out and fight type of protector energy. This is how it's differentiated, and I really hope that you can pick up on those energies. Mama bear is a great way to describe it, the mama bear instinct, where she will, like, I'm getting images of women here holding their babies and standing strong in protecting them. Also in consort, though, with the divine masculine energies that are actively protecting that too. She's really wanting to show here, like she's showing me now thistles. She's showing me thorns on a rose, for example. Like this idea that there is a built-in mechanism of protection, almost like a shield is how she's showing it to me. Let's get into the cards. Let's get into the cards here. She wants us to better understand that. Yeah. Wings of Isis, uniting with the angelic self. She wants to also point out here that this uniting is also connected to the word and the etymology of consort. And this idea of like when we congregate, and that prefix of the word, and the idea of unification. The unification of self, of the different aspects of self, and the unification of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. High Priestess, cutting the deck here. Mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. These are a nod to the, because she's showing me the High Priestess card in the tarot, and how the High Priestess stands in front of a veil. She's a protectress of divine knowledge. She's a protectress of divine wisdom, right? She's discerning. And those are the elements of this leader behind the leader that hasn't, for many, for millennia now. It's like she's always been behind the scenes. She's reminding me of a message that came through. Look at that lapis right at the bottom of the deck. She wants me to show that. She's reminding me now of a video that I had done, I think over the summer, when I was in Greece, and I think I was at one of the temples of Athena in Delphi, and just the messages coming through with regard to this divine feminine energy rising, but how it's always been in plain sight. It's always been there, right underneath the surface. This one wants to come out. Okay, she's coming out again. Wings of Isis. Uniting with the angelic self. I'm going to keep on. She wants me to pop one more here, and I'm going to read from the book for that, because there's something significant in that there. She's what I'm hearing is invocation of angelic self. We just have initiation popping out as well here. Initiation. Spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. Life restored. These are just a few coming out here. I'm going to read these quickly. Serpent of fire. That's a nod to the Kundalini energy, especially with the last message that came out with regard to the Empath Collective. Magic and ritual. Crafting sacred practice. Okay, so she really wants me to focus on these two right now. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck here. Enter the chamber of healing. This is essentially what is going on right now with this rebalancing taking place. This chamber of healing is very much divine feminine in nature. It's entering a chamber. It's going within. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis, okay? She's providing that for us right now. She's also saying to me that if you resonate with her as an energy, especially if you are a woman and you have a connection to, whether it's past life energy related to the witch wound, any nocturnal or lunar goddesses. She's actually showing me the goddess Artemis now. Artemis, Diana in Roman mythology, the energies of Selene herself, right? Or Selene, right? The energies of the moon herself as an entity. These energies are, it's like they're available to you if that resonates for you. And this goes back to this chamber of healing. There's something very innately healing in connecting with those energies, okay? So with Wings of Isis, uniting with the angelic self here, the energies that are coming through is this connection to her, also the connection to the angelic realm, and a unification of you and your higher self. That's how it's coming through for this. And understanding that in doing that, you're helping to embody further the unification of the divine masculine and divine feminine within you, okay? Now, this initiation, spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis, this is an initiation into these unification rites is what she's showing me, because the energy of Ra is very much associated with the sun, and Isis is very much associated with the moon and the energies, these lunar energies reflecting the sun. So we're looking again at these energies of the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming into union. This priestess of the phoenix with life restored is a nod. These are specific messages now, is what she's showing. So some of us going through this metamorphosis, this transformation process, this scarab energy, beetle, if you look, this is synonymous with metamorphosis, with change. Phoenix rising, right? Coming up from the ashes, a new cycle beginning again. The serpent of fire, this could also be connected to Kundalini energy rising, right? Priestess of the serpent sisterhood. Now, the serpent, the snake, much maligned throughout history, is very deeply connected, especially within Western cultures and society, in Europe, for example, with the divine feminine. So I'm getting a lot of sisterhood of the rose energy coming through here as well with her, and Mama Iset connected to this. But this serpent sisterhood specifically connected to any divine feminine mysteries and rites. This also rising, and magic and ritual very much connected to this. This is another nod to any practices of ritual within a divine feminine framework or divine feminine mystery. She's also, again, showing me the energies of the witch wound, witchcraft, those type of things, okay? Very much connected to this because she is connected to that magic and ritual. Okay, she doesn't want me to read from the book. What she wants me to do is go straight to the cards now to clarify a lot of this energy coming through. And she's telling me that this is not going to be the first time, so this is an ongoing thing. Look at this, Nine of Coins, as I cut the deck. This is a nod to the peacock energies, the nod to this initiation into being in alignment also with your higher self, the unification of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within each and every one of us, this rebalancing taking place. She's especially directing me to the dove in this. You notice how this looks like a peacock? Like she looks like a peacock, right? So going back to this energy of consort, of understanding the leader behind the leader. And she's giving this as an example now to that divine feminine leader behind the divine masculine within each and every one of us. That's how she's showing it to me. And that an acknowledgement of some kind needs to take place. And how if you are also dealing with this within a relationship between you as a divine feminine, you as a divine masculine, vice versa, with the person that you're with, that this is also very much an energy of redressing a balance within that relationship and relearning. She's showing it to me like it's a reprogramming or like an upgrade of understanding the true essence of the divine feminine in relation to the divine masculine, coming back to this leader behind the leader and reclaiming this aspect of the divine feminine, okay? So much of this has to do with unification within self. Being open, we've got faith as the Hierophant. There are mysteries at work here. Is what I'm hearing. There are mysteries at work here. Divine knowledge that is being unlocked within each and every one of us in order for this healing to take place, okay? She's supposed to stop popping up now. So some of this in more kind of down-to-earth ways, she's showing me that some of this might be because you are reading, you are learning more about divine feminine mysteries. Perhaps you're reading more about divine, Mary Magdalene. Perhaps you're reading more about Mother Isis herself. Perhaps you are getting downloads. Like she's showing me some of us are getting downloads around these divine feminine aspects, the true divine feminine. The energies of the void. Some of us going through deep healing right now, and that's coming through. Look at that. Queen of Swords. Whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. She's showing me the ego fighting back. So she wants to address, some of us may be having a difficult time with this right now, because the monkey mind and the ego is getting in the way, or and she's showing it with regard to overthinking it. She's showing it to me with regard to trying to make sense of it in a very logical way, in a very thinking mind heavy way. Like she's showing me the scales now tipping again, more heavier in that divine, in the energy of, not in the energy of divine knowing, but overthinking something, questioning what you're doing. Now, this has to do a lot with the deception that we've been fed for millennia around the feminine and the true aspects of the masculine as well, because it goes both ways. So she's asking for us to go deeper here, deeper into our own psyche around the programming that's been coming up. The programming that when it comes up and you become aware of the fact that perhaps things you thought were true for a very long time are not, the ego is going to want to resist that. The ego is going to want to fight back. But she's saying you are so much more than that. You are so much more than your ego. Queen of Swords. This is that protectus energy coming through. The energy there, and the crazy thing is that she wants me to show both these images, both these women having wings, the wings of Isis. This is the energy of her protecting you. I'm seeing her wrapping her wings around us and protecting us in this. We are protected in this initiation is what she's showing me. And she's showing me that the time has come, that this is the time. And there is much energy of protection, and always call upon protection and know that you are protected in doing this as an initiate of her light. Okay. And we've also got the Hermit coming through. So this is another nod to these energies of going within, going deep within your psyche, taking the light of your own consciousness within that psyche in order to more deeply understand this programming around the divine feminine, and by way of the divine feminine, the divine masculine as well. The Hermit reduces to a 9, right? Or it is the number 9. What am I saying? It's the number 9. This is the number of initiation. Going back to this initiation of rebalancing. That's how she's presenting it to me. The initiation of rebalancing. I'm going to close out the reading by holding up this beautiful piece of lapis lazuli. And understand that there are 3 different aspects. There's calcite, if I'm not mistaken. I think the white is calcite in lapis. We've got the pyrite coming through and the gold specks and the sodalite as well in the blue. And this is an example of what it means to rebalance. When all of these beautiful minerals come into harmony with each other to create a greater whole, this is the essence of unification, is what she's showing me. Unification for strength and clarity. Unification in truth and love. All right? Okay, I'm going to end it there. Thank you, Mama Iset, for coming through for these messages. She's really emphasizing at the end of this reading this rising of the divine feminine energies in the images of the serpent and the snake and Kundalini energy here on Mama Gaia, especially coming off of the last reading with the empaths and the empath journey, really emphasizing that, and to tend to our energetic centers as well. Okay, coming back to this healing chamber. I thank you for being here, and I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation always.